Today we have a very special guest on HealthShots, Mehdia Fathima. She is a cool biker mom who hasn't stopped challenging herself to dream. She is trying to make a place for herself in the motorcycling world, which is predominantly considered a male territory. All this while juggling through her family's responsibilities and an IT job. Hi Mehdia, welcome to HealthShots.
Hello.
So, Medya, when did biking actually strike a chord for you?
Motorcycling occurred pretty early in my life. Well, way back in say 90s when I was in engineering, we would go out with our friends, and that's when I actually had my first stint at motorcycling. And after that, for nearly almost 2 decades, 20 years, I did not touch a motorcycle at all. I was way busy into my family as well as my career, and it's only recently, like 4 to 5 years ago, I relearned motorcycling when I was working in my previous organization.
Okay, so did you ever really break the bias at home for your passion for riding?
Well, not really, because at home I have complete support. However, I would like to mention that there have been instances where some friends or some distant relatives have kind of said, "Hey, Mehdia, at this age, I was almost like in my mid 40s when I relearned and I started riding. So this is, geared vehicle is primarily for men, and what are you doing in this age? Is this your midlife crisis?" This is the kind of questions I've had. But apart from that, I have had complete support from home.
Okay, so since you are the school mom who actually drives to the school and picks up her kids, and I'm sure you must attract a lot of glances from the people. So what do you do about them?
I would say, I don't actually pick up my kids from school, but however, they do ask me, when they want to be, when in a like in an occasion when I have to pick them up, they say that they call me Amma. They say like, "Amma, please come on your motorcycle." So they want to kind of show off, especially my son. He wants to say like, and he likes to hear that, "Oh, your mom is a motorcycle enthusiast," and he's very happy about that. So about the glances, yes, it's more of I would say positivity. Mostly, I would say like 99.99% it's positivity. It's more of a wow or a like sort of a awe.
Okay, so Medya, what is your most memorable ride till date, and share with us why was it so memorable?
As I had said, Shifa, I got into motorcycling again after a 20-year break. So it's only recently, when my kids are a little bit grown up, I had the chance or the opportunity to relearn motorcycling and start again. So what I did was, I'm a very slow rider. I ride very slowly. I'm not probably I'm not even in the age group even ride pretty fast, which I don't personally believe in speed. However, I would say that I have done 2 rides, and one is the Golden Quadrilateral road circuit, which is about 7,000 kilometers across 16 states and all the metros in India. This is one of the rides. And this was done in 2018, and I went solo primarily, and moreover in summer, because I wanted to go when my children had summer vacation. That's the only opportunity I had, in fact, to ensure that they're taken care during those 3 weeks of my absence. So based on that, I went to this ride. And the second ride I went for was the India coastline ride. That was again in 2018, 6 months after my Golden Quadrilateral. This again was 8,500 kilometers across the coastline of the country. So I started from Bangalore, went all the way up to Digha and Mandarmoni in West Bengal, and drove down to Kanyakumari and all the way up to Dwarka. So this was, an amazing learning experience for me. So primarily, it is like it's my me time. I want to just pat my back, that okay, I've been able to do this. So it's a completion that's important.
So since you have shared so many memorable moments of your driving and riding, so how does riding a bike actually feels? Does it feel grating?
It liberating. I wouldn't say that. For me, it is my me time, and definitely it's something you venture into a sport or a hobby or a passion which is assumed or primarily concerned as dominated or as a male territory. So this is very good, so that at any age a woman is able to do this, to follow her passion. This is very it's a reason to again be happy about. So this is something I'd like to particularly mention here. And it's really awesome to feel good end of the day. And I do this basically be it motorcycling or be it anything else, any other passion you want to pursue. As long as for me, this is more of a reason to de-stress, and also to retrospect on myself. Like what it's always very good for anyone to pause and retrospect. It's very important. So that's something that I do when I go on a motorcycle ride.
So Mehdia, have you heard of any weirdest comments when you started biking or when you bike still now?
Okay. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, not really. But then yes, at times I have heard questions like, what are you trying to prove, especially in this age? This is something people have asked me. You have family, you have kids, what is it you want to do? But then these questions are not from women, to be honest. What is it you are trying to prove at this age, Mehdia? I mean, it's go home, it's okay, it's all right. So it has happened. So I would like to mention that, yes. I think it's weird because when a man goes on a motorcycle ride, does anything else, nobody has a need to ask him a question. So why ask us?
Mehdia, what are your comments on that women can't drive, they cannot be good drivers or riders?
It is the assumption that we women can do many things that men can, but guys, no, we can ride, drive, or do anything else as good as men. So it's let's get it off our minds that we are not as good as men in something, in anything for that matter. And we don't need so we hear about equal opportunity, gender equality. So we don't need the multinationals to come and tell us that we hire, we give equal opportunity. We are all educated. Let's give the other person a chance. Let's not be biased that she is a lady, she cannot do as good as me. Probably in few things that we may be slow riders, we may not be able to ride in the night, there are certain limitations that we have, but accept us with all the limitations that we have. I'm sure we are good.
So just like you said, that we women need to break the bias. So has there been any incident in your life where you have to actually fight for your passion, and how did you even handle it?
At home, like I said, I have complete support. I've never had to need to rather fight for my passion. I'm the person who do not probably I'm like this. I do not ask for approvals or okay, shall I do this, shall I do that? No, I merely inform. So I've never had a fight for this. I do the right thing, what is good for me, and I do with all the the constraints that I have as a woman, as a mom of 2 grown-up kids. They are in teens now. So I do I do not cross any barriers. I keep myself in those limits as well. So I've really not had a fight as such.
So have you heard of any comments when you drive with the hijab on, or does hijab or something actually pose any sort of complications in your riding experience?
Absolutely not, Sifa. I have not faced, and I've always worn a hijab. A woman should not be, if you ask me, a woman should not be judged by what she wears. Let her wear what she wants, and let the woman be,
Yes.
and let the woman just be, guys. And in general, the goals of anyone should not be, should not depend on, what they wear. So we don't want to, based off on, on what she wears, or what she is, how she looks, or her age. Let's not, make a type A, type B, and type C of a woman. But a woman in particular, let her just be. And the only thing, and the most important thing you would need when you go for a ride is your hard hat. So your helmet is what is that you need. Rest, doesn't matter.
So Mehdia, this one is an extra question from my end. Can you share one of the riding experience that has actually changed you as a person?
Yes. I would say that, motorcycling as such has changed me as a person. I have become, more, it's that I won't give up. The perseverance is something that I would like to, maybe I didn't have it previously. I was going to give up things faster, easily. But this motorcycling, that too venturing into a sport which is, primarily considered a male territory, has made me, realize, that perseverance is something which is something like a, takeaway from me. This has changed me. So I pursue things. I work very hard to get them now. This is a change.
So Mehdia, what is one word that you will describe riding in?
I'd like to describe riding with an acronym, and that's fear. It is forget everything and ride for me.
So, Mehdia, do you have any message for women who want to drive or would want to learn to drive?
Yes. So, girls, if you are in Bangalore, I do conduct give back sessions where I kind of, my friends and I teach women how to ride a motorcycle in a safe way. Please feel free to connect with me. Apart from that, I do have a message for not just the girls as well as the boys. Guys, do not overspeed on the road. Our roads are not designed for overspeeding. Trust me, we are not meant for that. Please go ahead, inform your family. Do not, just because your dad doesn't permit you, your mom doesn't permit you, do not go do not venture, do not lie at home and go. It has happened many cases. Just inform your friends, family, and go. And especially for women, do not ride in the nights, guys. We are still not there yet, okay? And do not overspeed. Ride safe.
You gave all your answers very confidently, and we love the bright smile on your face.
I'm really glad that this went through pretty easier than what I thought, because this is the first time I'm doing this kind of an interview.
Like Mehdia, we too need to take pride in our own identity. We hope there have been many takeaways from this conversation, and Mehdia's story motivates you to slay as she slays.